where we were able to get the official Toonami crew, including Jason DeMarco. The first year we did it, we had Steve Bloom, the voice of Tom, there.
He's coming back next year to MomoCon. We don't know about the rest of Toonami.
Okay. And earlier this year, we had Dana Swanson, who voices Sarah.
Yeah, she's the new voice of Sarah.
Sarah
we also
3.0, I guess?
I guess 3.0. And then we also had the editors, Sarah Hardy and Johnny Ray. Who am I missing?
We had Jason DeMarco.
Jason DeMarco, creator of Toonami.
Co-creator, yeah.
Yeah, co-creator of Toonami. And I'm missing a person. Johnny. Brent was there, but he wasn't on stage.
Gil.
Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot Gil. Gil Austin, who, nobody forgets Gil. How can you forget Gil?
I don't know, Johnny Ray made a real impression on me because he was wearing a Toonami shirt and someone commented that they weren't able to get one. He literally gave them the shirt off his back.
Okay, free plug. There is a movie tonight that Johnny Ray edited. It's a zombie movie. Please go see that. It's tonight here at the con. I don't know what it's called. I'll find out later.
So I imagine he's probably there.
He's here.
So if you see a guy named Johnny Ray, be like, dude, I love Toonami.
He's really easy to find. He just has Johnny Ray floating above his head the whole time. That's how you'll find him. Just go to the movie. You'll ask around. So I haven't introduced myself.
I was going to say, yeah, that's basically me and this guy to my right, to my left. Everything asides.
Hi, my name is Jose Argumedo. I hosted a podcast called the Toonami Faithful Podcast. Maybe one guy's heard of it. So I'm cool.
I've cameoed on there.
Yeah, and that's sort of how we met. Because you guys have probably seen the Toonami panels online. We filmed them. That was our podcast. I directed the cameras in coordination with MomoCon, edited that video, put it up online for you guys to see. Last I checked, it was like somewhere in the couple hundred, not 100,000, 10,000s. So
yeah, if you got a few hours just to kill on YouTube, there's two whole
panels with
the team.
The Toonami footage that they presented, so you guys can see that in very crisp quality.
And there's one of just me talking at a con that someone recorded. Was that you guys?
No, that was G-Man Lewis, who was awesome.
Okay.
And the other thing,
hey, G-Man Lewis.
You were awesome.
Thank you.
I didn't even know you were in the room, and I said that.
I saw your retweet earlier today, so
anyways,
thumbs up.
I had to leave, unfortunately, the podcast after 100 episodes because
Conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest. I work for Turner Broadcasting now.
I don't work for anybody like that, though.
I work for Turner Broadcasting, specifically for CNN, and I will prove that by running away after the panel because I have to go to work. And
he's not just cosplaying as CNN.
No, I really do have to go to work. And I have met all the Toonami staff. They're all my friends, and we hung out with Sana.
Sana. We hung out with Satan last night.
We hung out with Satan. We hung out with Dana Swanson, who's the voice of Sarah, last night, and we're all good friends. They're all cool people. If you ever meet them, you'll be like, these are the coolest people in the world. And they put on a television block that you all love because you're all here, and the room's full.
And some of them are on Twitter. Jason DeMarco's on as Clark Nova 1 or DJ
at
Clark Nova.
At Clark Nova 1. Okay. At Dana is a girl is Dana, and then at Sarah the editor is Sarah the editor.
And Steve Bloom's on there as Blumspew.
At Blumspew, and I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Gil. Gil is also on
Stupid Gil.
Stupid Gil.
Yeah. So
and Brent is on there, but I forget his name. Sorry.
So a lot of these guys are on there. If you ever want to reach out to them, most of the time, I mean, they
most
might
of the time
respond.
They don't respond.
They might.
Jason will usually.
Talk to DeMarco about music, and you'll get a response.
He'll like you.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a Toonami panel. We kind of like to do it free form. You know, if you guys want to talk about the history of Toonami, we can go just timeline it. If you guys see something that you want to talk about, we can play a clip from that. We can talk about that.
We do have a prize to give away. It's not anything you see here. These are mine.
You're not getting a signed IGPX.
No, you're not getting a signed IGPX. But I just brought these out because there's cool stuff from Toonami's history, such as Cowboy Bebop, the upcoming Hellsing Ultimate, IGPX Season 1, which is an original William Street co-production signed by the crew. And this just came out in Japan. I'm very proud of this. This is Ghost in the Shell art book. I can't turn it around.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
Yeah, there's nudity on the front. This is Ghost of Shell art book for the 25th anniversary that is only available at the art exhibition. So you, as far as I know, you cannot buy this. And there's some awesome art. So if you're a Ghost of Shell fan, come check it out after the panel very briefly.
We do have Ghost in the Shell friends, right?
Yeah.
I was quiet for a second. I was a little scared.
Okay, now you go.
All right, bye.
Hit the button.
Hit the button. So, do you guys have anything particular you want to throw out there first? We can just
Gundam.
Gundam?
Gundam.
Gundam is always a good start. And I like to throw this clip out there just to make you regret suggesting Gundam.
Turning it on. Projector's not on yet?
Oh, is it not on yet?
It's coming on.
Turn it back on. What happened?
I did.
Oh.
Francine turned it off.
It's warming up.
Why did you turn it on?
Probably
See,
to
we
keep
just
the bulb
complimented you.
Tubes. It's coming up.
While we're doing that, look at the art book. No nudity, no nudity, no nudity.
The non-cover
There we go. Everybody can see that, right? Cool. No nudity, no nudity, no nudity.
Whoa, nudity.
God, thank God. Backgrounds.
You're not missing anything. And once the video shows up, you're gonna regret that I put it up there. Who knows what this is?
It's terrible.
Yes, it is terrible. But it is an in continuity with the original Mobile Suit franchise, produced in Canada, movie called G-Savior. It is as horrible as you can imagine.
I have 3 copies.
Yeah, I actually do have one copy of this on DVD.
I'm not joking. I have 3 copies.
Really?
My friends know how much I hate this movie, and they keep buying it for me for my birthday.
It's actually kind of hard to find nowadays too, so that's impressive.
They are committed dicks.
Yeah, G-Saver, we can best forget about that. Tomino even hates it. But, let's see. We can always bring up the what was technically the longest running Gundam series of all time. Do we have any guesses? No.
Gundam Wing. That's my vote.
One.
No.
Definitely not Sid, not Wing.
See how much...
X, I heard it.
Team. No, that was
We
short.
need to...
Oh my god.
Don't boo. Those Gundams love you.
Try once. I have a better idea. SD Gundam. Starting September 1st at 5. So the gang's all here. The Gundams you love.
You know what would be awesome if, like, we finally got the 11 o'clock part? We finally got 11 o'clock and they put that on.
Woo!
Yeah. That show wasn't bad for a kid's show, but it was not the Gundam we were used to. You guys are probably...
It's Gundam like you've never seen it before. The promo didn't lie. Fun-sized.
In the distant
This is
future,
what you guys want, right?
mankind has reached the stars, but the galaxy is troubled. The Earthsphere Alliance rules the outlying colonies with an iron fist. I'm sure God would understand the steps we're taking.
That was not allowed back then.
The ones
and they let
posing
it
the
go
most
in
threat are
promo.
none other than yourselves. We've had enough.
Well, the interesting thing about
Those who oppose
this,
them,
the narration is by Peter Cullen, who was in God. And he basically ushered in a new era of robot animation.
mobile suits, the key to military dominance. The only hope for the colonies. 5 elite soldiers and their legendary mobile suits called Gundam.
There will be a day when the Gundams will save us all.
What this is born.
You are very mistaken, and the Gundams will soon come to rectify your mistakes.
Silence!
Now, these pirates will shake the foundations of the Alliance and change the course of history.
You thought I was a kid and you underestimated me. Shouldn't be fighting at all!
If they can stay alive.
Those Gundam pilots are desperate. No matter even if it means forfeiting their lives. Mission
Accepted. We're not going to narrate all the promos.
Eliminate all obstacles.
Just who are you anyway?
Suits ready for combat in 1 second. And you...
Don't die on me!
From the Gundam universe, a new chapter in one of the greatest anime sagas of all time. Gundam Wing. Weekdays at 5:30. Suit up.
Those who lay eyes on a Gundam shall not live to tell about it.
Play Toonami.
Kids love it.
So the funny thing about that commercial was that Bandai loved that commercial. That became the official trailer for the show.
Yeah.
So anytime you look at a Bandai DVD from, it was like a 5-year period, they would put that on there.
No, the crazy thing is, Bandai made their own. They did make their own, and it was on a couple of Bebop ones and Outlaw Star ones. And then they saw that one, they were like, Can we have that? And they just got rid of theirs. Like Steve Bloom narrated it and everything, and they got rid of it. They were like, screw that.
Which was great. For the DVDs, it still said weekdays at 5.
Yeah.
So you can only put in your DVD Monday through Friday at 5.
Yeah.
Now, my favorite Gundam, though, I don't know if this is, it's an odd one, but
Revenge and a whole lot of destruction. Let's get things started. Gundam fight all set. Ready? Go! Get rid of them with my own
Why not?
Do it. Premiering next Monday at 5. Only Toonami.
who here has not seen G Gundam, but they like Gundam?
I remember watching it, totally forgot everything.
G Gundam is an insane alternate universe.
Yeah.
It's basically Gundam Olympics. Yes. Filled with racist stereotypes. Japan's not the most sensitive country.
It's not my particular favorite show, but I can understand the appeal of it. I'm an old school Gundam fan though, so like
This
I
is
come
more
from that.
super robot than
Yeah, this is
military robot.
Yeah, Gundam is known for military robot. This is way super robot, like craziness. Let's go out and make crazy stuff.
It's set in the future, and each country basically creates their own Gundam that goes to a Gundam tournament. The Gundam fight, I think it's called, right? Yeah.
The Gundam World Tournament of Tenkaichi Budokai, whatever.
And so each country's Gundam is basically a stereotype of themselves. America's Gundam, for example, in the eyes of Japan, has 2 6-shooters, molded muscles, a surfboard, football helmet, boxing gloves.
Loaded football.
And he's piloted by a man named Chibity Crockett, who has 4 race girls, because I guess Japan thinks America has a fascination with race girls. And Canada had a lumberjack Gundam. I think it's called the Grizzly Gundam that had a chainsaw.
All very accurate. They clearly researched.
Mexico had the Tequila Gundam that had a sombrero. Neo Sweden, I think, had the Sailor Moon Gundam. It was literally Sailor Moon as a Gundam. Naturally, Japan had the one that won, because Japan. Yeah, they had Shining, and then in the original Japanese it was called the God Gundam, but they called it the Burning in America, because you can have God in a Gundam Wing promo, but you can't call a toy a Gundam. But yeah, no, G Gundam, if you can track it down, it's just fun. It's definitely a variation on Gundam.
And start praying that somebody picks up that Gundam license.
Oh, yeah.
I like this mentor one.
Oh, 0083?
That's Adult Swim though, isn't it?
No, they're on. No, 83 did.
83 aired on Adult Swim, not Toonami. We're being super specific and arbitrary for no reason.
Yeah. If you like serious ones, I don't think I have the clip, but 8th MS Team.
Yeah.
It's very,
AMS team was Midnight Run.
yeah, it's very much a Romeo and Juliet with giant city-smashing robots.
Yeah, if you want to get into the Universal Century timeline, that's a good place to start.
If you want to hate a Gundam series that really did well in Japan,
I love this promo though. This is my favorite song of all
Here they
time.
come. All hands, let's run battle stations.
We don't want anything to do with your war. We fight because it's the only way we can protect ourselves.
Failure is not an option. So tell me, you're a coordinator?
War is a horrible thing, isn't it? I wish you could hurry up and end.
see,
Okay, before, who knows the song?
Among Sabine, right?
Yes, name of the song.
I don't know the name.
It's Easy Muffin. It's the greatest song of all time. I don't care if it's from 1997. It's the greatest song of all time.
yeah, Seed was the last time Toonami aired Gundam, and if you look at Gundam, it just never got the ratings that Wing did. Wing was amazing. And
Yeah.
slowly.
You'll hear from the guys at Toonami. They'll sometimes say like, we kind of wish we didn't follow it up with the original Mobile Suit Gundam, because that's what they followed Wing with.
From my understanding, Bandai kind of
Bandai
them too.
Bandai in Japan, not Bandai Entertainment.
Yeah. And it's hard to really throw a 70s giant robot show on weekdays at 6.
After a relatively
9/11.
modern-looking show.
During 9/11.
And during 9/11. Yeah, Bebop got affected by that.
Yeah. And that was actually one of the last few times that Toonami did a full 30-second intro, which they were known for back in the day.
They started doing them again now. How many of you watch the current Toonami? You guys are watching Bleach, Naruto Shippuden, and they have the new intros with that old school new intro.
And the thing is,
Old school new intro. That's an oxymoron.
Some people, it's fair to complain that they cut the original intros to put their own, but the commercial time, they got to cut something in the show for a Japanese show that's longer.
Yeah, I'd rather they cut the open than the
cut
actual
2 minutes
show.
in the middle of the show, if you really want.
Yeah, they can just cut 2 minutes out of the show if you want. That would be bad.
So that's the Gundam portion. Who wants to throw something out? I guess we're doing.
Outlaw Star.
Whoa. I clearly heard an Outlaw Star.
Yeah.
Let's go! There's get our way.
You think I'm going down that easily?
Time to get this show on the road.
Outlaw Star's fun. It's Cowboy Bebop with just a little more humor.
It's Cowboy Bebop with way more overt Western themes and
mysticism.
I've heard. How many of you know who Justin Savakis is of Ancast? He calls it a bro anime, and I'm like, that is a bro anime. He's totally right. You've heard of him.
It's science fiction with magic.
Yeah. I mean, like, the guy has a gun that shoots magic spells, basically.
Why they never aired episode 23?
Because there was
Many reasons.
nudity.
Very many reasons.
Episode 23, for those of you that don't know, is the Hot Springs episode. And it's an important plot point. It's not just thrown in there. It is an important plot point, but to edit it would have required a lot of money and probably a lot of cuts. So
Tenchi was the most
edited show, I think.
Yeah,
probably.
just because they had to create the digital bikini.
A dubious honor placed on Jason and Marco.
You guys like Tenchi?
Yeah. Blowing out the speakers. Yeah.
That's how awesome it is.
A boy trains diligently. Soon he will become a man. Now is your time to learn the nature of his name. Tenchi Masaki. In an instant, the reality Tenchi knows will ensure he will enter a world where alien princesses traverse the galaxy in living ships. Space powers thunder at will. Galaxy police patrol the stars, protecting the innocent. The most important discovery he'll make is that 6 crazy women living under the same roof all have the hots for him.
Close your eyes,
Now, you have to deal with bounty hunters, ancient demons, mad scientists, and shared bathroom time.
That's a pretty adult joke.
The universe needs
You know he has fun narrating this.
Have you watched the show?
Oh, yeah.
He's terrorized by these people.
No, you know the voice actor did fun narrating.
Peter Cullen has fun at everything apparently. So I think
He has fun making it.
yeah, he loves making those.
Zoids.
So Tenchi, when Toonami aired it,
I have a question for everybody. Another music question. Let's see who's a music fan. These past 2 promos that we've played, who's the music artist that made them? Bobby? Who said Bobby?
A guy named Bobby made these. My friend Bobby.
He made him in his basement. His garage band. What's his name? No, not Steve Bloom. That's not what I
I
asked
could
at
have
all.
answered if you didn't ask.
Oh well.
That's a good guess.
His name, the guy who did all the original music for Toonami, not all the original music, he did a good chunk of it, and the two pieces we just heard, his name is Joe Boyd Vigil. He released an album called
Deep Space Base.
Deep Space Base. And then
It's
another
sold
one called
horribly.
Deeper Space.
Which I have a copy of the album. It's great. It sold horribly though.
They sold 3 copies.
So that's one.
One.
So they'll do free mixtapes and all every once in a while. They've done 2, I think. But that's not we can't do a print run on that. So with regards to Tenchi though, when Toonami aired it, they aired 3 different shows. You had the original Tenchi Muyo OVA series. You had Tenchi Universe, which was the first TV series, and then you had Tenchi in Tokyo, which was the second one.
And then one we don't talk about.
When Toonami came back, one of the shows they were airing was Tenchi Muyo GXP. We'll see after they came out.
And that's all we'll say about it.
There's a whole world of Tenchi stuff. If you like the old school stuff, there's 3 movies in Japan that you can get in America.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to find.
Funimation
just put all the series basically back out.
So on the Toonami April Fool's Day stunt, they aired the last episode of the first series that wasn't even made when Toonami aired it. There's 2 seasons of a magical girl show about Sasami.
And there's also
there's
the newest one, War on Geminar. You've seen that?
Which is it's in the continuity. It's Tenchi's half brother pilots a mech.
No, I haven't seen the whole thing, but from what I've seen, it's really good. It's on Hulu for free.
And in the past few months, they've recently announced a 50-episode series, but it's 5 minutes each episode. That's Washu messes something up, because she does, mad scientist, and Tenchi has to go be a teacher at an all-girls school to track the problem.
The universe hates this man.
Yeah. Well, they actually just posted character designs on Anime News Network. Just posted
I haven't seen
them. They're mostly the same. It's the same cast. It's just 2014. We got
Did the thing turn off again?
appeal. Oh god, I gotta keep it going.
Yeah, keep it going.
That's gonna take a second. Is it gonna take a second?
No, it's
oh,
back up.
hey, okay.
Cool, we're okay.
So that's my Tenchi. I heard someone yell Zoids.
Yeah, that's good. Roll the toy commercial.
Their quest to be the best.
That's also Joe Boyd Vigil, I
Zoids, November 55. What are you?
And I hear you guys mentioning there was 2 different Zoid series that they aired.
On a world of 2 moons, 1,000 light years away, sentient creatures called Zoids do battle for their human pilots.
It's just beginning! Fire! Fire away!
A war on piracy has awakened an ancient spirit.
What's coming, Fiona?
An evil force that will bring destruction to this entire planet.
I could never have believed they could build something like
The
this!
keys to its destruction locked in the mind of a young girl. Dependent on a brash young pilot and his mysterious organoids.
Let's get him, Zeke!
Together, they will fight.
Unbelievable destructive power!
Struggling to decipher the secrets of an ancient civilization that can save the world from total destruction. Zoids' chaotic century remains at your dream. Now there's a reason to rumble.
So you can tell who here saw Zoids and loved it. Now there was 2 different
There's a lot.
series. One was definitely more kind of Mobile Suit Gundam. It was a war. Basically, they were fighting. There was a time skip in the middle of it. It was Chaotic Century, and then the second season was called Guardian Force, I believe.
Don't look at me, man. I don't know nothing about Zoids. Sorry.
Well, I think they had different names, but Toonami just called it Zoids. And then there was the one that was basically, oh yeah, it's a tournament fighting. Who has the better death sword type thing. Yeah, it's fun. It was actually, I think it was based off like a British model kit company Britain really hooked on to Zoids. Figure that out.
He keeps looking at me as if I know that. I'm like,
you're my co-host.
No idea.
Now, talking about tournaments and mechs and something we have on the table.
In the year 2049, the world's most popular motorsport
I'll talk about this a lot afterwards.
Grand Prix.
Welcome to the beginning of this season's IG1 Grand Prix. Get ready, folks. Starts well fly.
Takashi Shin could be its greatest pilot ever.
He's got a style that's different from anything I've ever seen.
If he could just get over being a teenager.
Takashi, stay focused. What are you doing?
I'm waiting to see. Watch out. Get a grab.
This season, Takashi and Team Satomi hit the big leagues on a quest to take the crown.
We want to be champions and work as a team.
You know, I don't like you.
Give me one more day for the sponsor.
The only thing standing in their way? 180 miles of track. And 5 teams determined to win.
I don't think anyone can beat Feldstein with me in forward.
All at 350 miles an hour. You're in the big leagues now, hot guys. They wouldn't have it any other way. From the studio that brought you Ghost in the Shell, Cartoon Network is proud to present the first Toonami original series, IGPX. The race begins Saturday, November 5th at 10.
Come on, Takashi. Take you apart. Watch out, Takashi. It's a trap.
Life in the fast lane.
Say goodbye, you little
Only Toonami.
It was very only Toonami. It was made
Yes.
for Toonami.
I have a lot to say about the show. I am a huge fan of the show. I own like 7,000 copies of it. I'm the one guy who bought them all. And
It starts like 2 a.m. now.
no, it's not on anymore. They took it off.
Oh, really?
It's off. But they did bring it back.
Remember the schedule history for that show?
Yeah, the schedule history was like, it was airing after, what was it? Naruto. So it was like a perfect time slot. It just didn't, it did okay. It didn't do like poorly, but it just did okay. And
It didn't do good enough for the money they put into it.
yeah, they put a lot of money into this. And then unfortunately, they moved it to Friday mornings at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And then they wrote it off and made me very sad. But before we get into all the sad stuff, let's actually talk about the series a little bit. This is because this is a special series. This is Toonami's only original anime. Period. Exclamation point? Question mark?
Jason DeMarco's in the credits.
Jason DeMarco's in the
Producer.
freaking show.
Yeah. I forgot that.
Yeah, he's in the show. So this series is about mechs and racing, and it's awesome.
It's mech NASCAR.
They do have the rights to it back. Last I checked. I don't think they've been written off again. I hope. At the time, this was probably the best animated series in terms of just quality on television, besides maybe Ghost in the Shell. And it's the same team that, from Ghost in the Shell. It's Production IG. They use the same CG mech things that they pulled from Standalone Complex, and they did a lot of cool stuff. And the director of this show is Mitsuru Hongo. Who knows what he directed? Nobody. Okay, I'll just answer it. Outlaw Star. Oh. He directed this show too. And the guys, he wrote it with Jason DeMarco, Sean Akins, the creators of Toonami, and it's an amazing show. I highly recommend it for everybody. This is a copy of season 1. There's 2 different versions of the show. There's uncut, and which is what aired in Japan, and then the Toonami version, which doesn't mean edited. It's not edited, but they just changed some things around. And this is a copy with the Toonami crew signing it because I love the show.
Do Megas.
Megas is awesome. Oh, by the way,
That's actually a good transitional.
yeah, 2 Megas.
So IGPX.
Speaking of written off shows,
Yeah, IGPX was the super kind of serious NASCAR mech show.
and I got brought back because of Production IG, thank God.
Yeah, Megas XR is the other side of it. It's a comedy made in America that just happened really to premiere on Toonami.
Yeah.
That is, it's just insane. But I love the show. Everyone sings.
Everybody sings. Living here in Jersey, fighting Giant robots, we dig giant robots, chicks dig giant robots. Nice.
That show is insane. There's like a whole. Who here has not seen Megas XOR?
It's on iTunes. Change that immediately.
Just to give you an idea of the concept of the show, there's a whole episode.
But it looks absolutely awful.
Oh my god.
Oh, you are so
Do
wrong.
you not want to watch a show where one episode is just a guy trying to get a 3-chamber slushy cup and then filling them all with strawberry and destroying a whole city during that twist?
Do you not want to see Sailor Moon turn into a giant robot? That happened. What?
It's a Bruce Campbell bot.
Do you not
There's a Bruce Campbell bot.
Yeah. Do you not want to see a show that just shows Scooby-Doo how bad it is?
We're gonna keep pitching this until you watch it.
Nice ride. Thanks. What do you think of my van? I call it my mystery machine. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Customizer myself. Wall-to-wall shade, 4 speakers, the works. The works, huh? You're my kind of guy. Hey, what do you got there? V8? V8000. Ooh, it's kind of like a monster truck. Monster truck? Cut it out, Scoop. You're ruining my street cred.
Fred has street cred, apparently. It's all in that ass guy.
He's from the streets.
Sorry.
Hey guys, groovy ride.
Want a lift? Hey! Okay, dude, let's see what that jalopy can do. What's a jalopy? First off the line.
I'm sure they're feeling pretty silly right now.
So yeah, that was awesome.
That is a show that never took itself seriously.
No,
and for
it's
good
great,
damn reason.
and I highly seriously. Unfortunately, the show cannot be brought back to the air. It is illegal.
Why?
They wrote it off.
It is a tax write-off.
It is a tax write-off
Yeah.
if they put it back on the air because they wrote it off as a loss. Then the government's going to come and be like, "You wrote this off as a loss, but you can still see it. You can still see it. It's on iTunes. It's on Xbox Live. So go purchase it. The seasons are like $20."
And it premiered on Toonami during a special week that we all hold dear.
Deploy all robots immediately. Holy moly, what's going on here? There's a whole lot of robots on this piece. Guess we'll call it Giant Robot Week. And the latest... Giant Robot Week, all week long from 4 to 5 p.m., starting Monday, February 24th. Only Toonami.
I love Giant Robot Week.
Yes.
It did horrible for them. That was
It cost a lot of money. Didn't work out apparently.
But it did get this show on Toonami really early on.
This is man's ultimate fighting machine.
Conventional weapons are no match for the ancient.
Evangelion, move out! It is mankind's last hope.
Don't hold anything back!
I've never seen anything like this before.
Evangelion did eventually go on to air on Adult Swim, and then the movies. I don't know if you guys watched Toonami.
We must never forget.
Never mind.
Ava Unit 5.
I don't ever want to pilot an Ava again.
How can you still be so hard on yourself when you just saved humanity?
I'm on site, entering Earth's orbit. I've got a visual.
The readings are off the chart!
Just as we feared.
What's its point of impact? Let me guess. It's heading here.
A state of emergency has been officially declared. It's more powerful than we could have imagined.
If it scores a direct hit, the results would be catastrophic.
Surface breach! Target entering geo-run! Battle stations, ready unit 1.
What the hell are you doing, Dad?
It's time for you to grow up, Shinji.
He never does.
I need all 3 of you to make this miracle happen.
What's the chance of success?
Activate! Great! Don't do it! No!
is Evangelion 2.22. You cannot advance. Next Saturday at midnight.
I promise I'll say great, even if it's the last thing I do!
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Interesting story about the first promo for the first movie. They said they were not going to do one, and then last minute they said, "Hey, we're going to do a promo for Evangelion 1.11. Can you do it in like 2 days?" Okay, and they did it.
So Evangelion, they've aired the 2 movies that have been released in America so far on Toonami, and they haven't said anything, but it'd be very likely for them to air the 3rd.
Yeah, we're pretty sure 3 and 4 are coming at some point. Don't take that as word of God. We're just going with our gut.
Now, Ava's clearly a legendary anime series. Quality might be an argument, but as a side note, the director Hideaki Anno, if you guys are looking for a good one-shot manga right now to read, it just came out from Vertical. It's called Insufficient Direction. It's an autobiographical book or manga by his wife, and it's just their daily life. And you find out, Anno's just insane, and he's a crazy nerd. He walks around doing Ultraman poses just in his house.
And now he's a Miyazaki actor guy.
Yeah,
because of The Wind Rises.
If you like anything about Anno, it's a cool little it's a $14 book. It's just fun stories. You find out crazy parts about his life, like, he starred in an Ultraman fan film in the 70s. Okay. He doesn't know how to use a Japanese toilet. Okay.
That actually explains a whole lot.
Yeah, no, Anno's just a crazy nerd who happened to do 1 or 2 great shows that got people interested.
The Moltar one. I know it's that one.
Okay. Finally, American show besides Megas.
It's Canadian.
Oh, Canadian. Never mind.
Moltar!
I come from the net. From systems, networks, and sprites.
Man, this was set in New York in 1994.
My format, and dreams to defend them from all of their enemies.
So the production history of ReBoot, it's kind of interesting because when the show premiered, it was a Canadian-American co-airing. ABC aired it on Saturday mornings when YTV aired it on Saturday mornings probably as well. YTV is basically the Canadian Nickelodeon. ABC is very strict with their standards and practices at the time. They couldn't, they were very just strict on this one show, and it was absurd things like, the character of Dot, you can't animate 2 breasts on her.
Yeah.
She's a woman. Yeah, well, you can have a mono boob. Okay, that's all right. You can't say the word hockey. It's a sport. Yeah, well, it's slang for something that you don't want to look it up. Slang. You guys are going to air hockey right after this. Okay, well, you got to cut this song because it's very sexual. It's a joke. It's a happy birthday Marilyn Monroe parody. Okay, yeah. So they aired 2 seasons on ABC with these very strict guidelines, and then ABC didn't renew it for season 3. And the show, this was CG in the 90s, so it took about a year or 2 to do a season.
Yeah.
So the series premiered in 93. I think season 3 aired in 98. It's like British television. So when they aired in Canada, they really slacked off on the restrictions. Like a main character gets his eye ripped out in the 4th episode, and things go to hell over the course of the 3rd season. Cartoon Network actually was the first to premiere it in America with the 3rd season. They were happy enough with the ratings that when season 4 came around, Mainframe Entertainment, the guys who produced it, they go, if we did this show, would you guys want to air it? And Toonami goes, yeah, we'll do it. And 4th season was supposed to be 3 movies and a 30-minute post-series musical episode in the vein of Joss Whedon, musical episodes. That got shortened to 2 4-hour movies. Toonami aired it as 8 episodes. Canada aired it as 2 movies. And that was it. And then A few years later, they did a web comic that was supposed to tie up loose ends, because if you watch the last episode, it's very cliffhangery. And then Rainmaker Entertainment, which is kind of mainframe
now.
They were going to do a theatrical movie, and they had done Astro Boy, I believe, right?
I don't remember.
I want to say they were the ones who did Astro Boy. And
I know
Astro
they
Boy
did Escape from Planet Earth, which is...
Yeah. They didn't have a good history in doing movies, so that's kind of backburnered. And the sad thing is...
No, Astro Boy was Imaji.
Was it Imaji?
Yeah, that was... They did TMNT. Anyways, I don't know if you were done, but we had a question back there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, ReBoot was the very first all CGI.
Yeah, it was
very
landmark. So
very first all CGI.
it took some time.
You might not have had Toy Story.
Yeah.
Actually, that's probably not true.
So the sad part is, though, if they ever do like another production, you can't have the voice of Megabyte because Tony J passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
Kind of like Samurai Jack. If you ever do anything with that, you just can't have Aku be Aku because Mako passed away a few years ago.
We have another question real quick over here.
Questions?
Hi.
Didn't they say recently on their website that they're going to be rebooting?
They're trying.
Talking about it.
It's one of those. I think they're just kind of waiting on the funding on that.
Yeah.
I hate to plug the podcast, but we actually spoke to the guy who runs Rainmaker on our show. I don't remember which episode number it is, but you can find the interview there. There's a lot of information.
Cool.
And they did 2 art books from.
They're doing Ratchet and Clank right now, I think, for theaters.
DC published 2 art books in the past 5 years or so, which is funny because DC is headed up by a guy named Dan Didio, who was a producer on ReBoot. So it's just funny to follow the train. But talking about shows, American shows that the lead villain has passed away.
We have come to destroy you. Your search is over. Come and get me. The samurai. Long ago, he came to us in our time machine. His name was Jack.
So it's DragonCon. Does anyone here read comic books?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard what they're doing with Samurai Jack in the comics right now?
No.
He's back.
Well, he has his own series, which is the continuing Gendy Tartakovsky approved continuity of the show. But there is a Cartoon Network crossover book right now called Super Secret Crisis Wars, which is Samurai Jack, the Powerpuff Girls, Dexter, Ed, Ed, and Eddie gets involved, Johnny Bravo gets involved, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy gets involved. It's this big 6-part, in the vein of Crisis on Infinite Earths, or Cartoon Network crossover. So if you ever did want to see Samurai Jack and Dexter team up as the Powerpuff Girls fly above, that's out there. You can read it. There's more Samurai Jack than the show.
Weren't there people from
Super Secret Crisis Wars?
Weren't there people from the Powerpuff Girls team working on Samurai Jack?
Craig McCragen, I think, did some work on.
Yeah.
It shared a lot of the production crew.
Cartoon Network shows at the time were basically just sharing the same crews, except for Ed, Ed, and Eddie, which they made that in Canada.
As I say, speaking of Powerpuff Girls.
Blossom, Bubbles, Buttercup. 3 superheroes with an attitude. And a curfew.
And just where have you 3 been? We were out fighting crime!
The Powerpuff Girls. Weekdays 5:30. Then check them out in surround sound.
Our name in light.
We were hit before it was cool.
So at Techwood right now, they actually still have Blossom parking labels, so you can see Blossom as you park.
Yeah.
And earlier this.
We have a quick question.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
How do you feel about the second season of Sword Art Online?
I have not watched Sword Art.
You shouldn't talk about Sword Art Online. Period.
Enough said.
Yeah. I'm not good enough on Sword Art to give an idea. The Powerpuff Girls. Did you guys see the special that they did earlier this year?
Yeah.
Or was it late last year?
No.
Okay, well, that special was so well received, you're getting a new Powerpuff Girls cartoon out of it. So, it won't be Toonami. I'd be very surprised if it was.
No, it won't be on Toonami.
But
Cartoon Network's thinking way too much money. They're not going to stick it at 3 a.m.
Powerpuff Girls Z.
Powerpuff Girls Z.
Does anyone know what Powerpuff Girls Z is?
That's a Japanese
I
one,
don't know
right?
what it is.
It's a Japanese anime that was, I'll say loosely based off Powerpuff Girls, that 3 teenage girls transformed into the Powerpuff Girls to fight Mojo Jojo. They had weapons.
Yeah,
I got halfway through the series before I could finish it.
It is dubbed. Cartoon
Network Japan, I think.
No. Yeah, Cartoon Network period owns it.
Yeah. A dub was produced for English language countries.
Yeah, but that was in Asia, so the Philippines.
The only thing you'll see about that show in America is on the Powerpuff Girls box set, there's a 1-hour documentary, and they have like a 3-second clip of that, just to show how international it is.
They really don't care about the show here.
Now, my favorite magical girl, though.
Can I tell you something? Brand new superstar.
I think I see a Sailor Moon in the back of that room.
I think I have a crush on you. That's what Moltar says. I'll just say that
Only on Robin.
I never realized how dirty that kind of shit is. It's all girl action.
Oh man, Martin C. Croker.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
So Sailor Moon, you clearly, I'm sure you guys have heard, there's a new series airing in Japan called Sailor Moon Crystal. It's a compression / retelling of the manga with anime elements. 26 episodes bi-weekly, which is kind of weird because
Before you write on your suggestion card, hey, Sailor Moon for Toonami, they know.
Yeah, they know you want Sailor Moon.
They want it too. They love Sailor Moon as well.
Viz is going to be dubbing it. Viz also is re-releasing the original series completely uncut and redubbed with
And the new
accurate names.
What is it, Sailor Stars or?
Yeah, they're going to the series that Toonami never aired, Sailor Stars, because Sailor Stars featured characters that are male turning into women, and that's just a little odd for 5 o'clock on Cartoon Network weekdays. But in the meantime,
Feel free to bombard their Tumblr with more Sailor Moon suggestions, but I promise you, they got it.
They will never air this Sailor Moon show, though. Oh.
They will never have Totally jammed to this.
Try get chance. English.
We physically hurt enough people with this.
My eyes!
So
that's not the worst.
Yeah, that aired in Japan around 2003, 2004, and it was a live-action recreation of the series that took a lot of different turns. One of the main characters dies, but not like in a battle, just of like a disease.
What the?
Yeah. Sailor Mercury in one of the cooler arcs goes evil for 9 episodes as Sailor Dark Mercury, and she kind of it's Dark Phoenix basically for Sailor Moon. They show Tuxedo Mask transforming, which involves dramatically putting on gloves. We're till 5:30.
We're here till 5:30.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, that was bad. It's entertaining enough. It's 40, 50 episodes and like 2 shorts, specials. No one's got the rights for it in America, so I'm not saying download it, but download it.
No, don't do that. Fly to Japan, go see it.
But it could have been a lot worse. We could have not had Sailor Moon in America at all.
Oh, this is the worst.
I don't even know.
You cannot call these people. That number does not work. Trust me, everyone has tried.
I used to work there.
No, get out there. Give it a second. I'm kind of hard to manage.
Was this made in the 90s? Doesn't this look like something out of the 80s?
Yeah.
But in a bad way.
I'm glad it keeps going. God.
It doesn't. I love the guy who the camera actually laughed at this presentation.
Yeah, there is no better footage of this. People have tried to find it.
Yeah, that's a recording of they showed it at a convention, I guess.
They showed this in like 99 maybe.
If anybody knows where this video is, call us. You have it? Take it out of your bag right now.
Because you carry that around.
I'll send it to you.
Email that crap out. I want that.
Oh my God, it keeps going.
We have 7 more minutes of this.
What?
Have we gotten to the flying wheelchair yet? No?
That's one amazing guitar solo. Hey, what's up? What's up for you guys? Thanks.
So
we just got a free poster that has nothing to do with Toonami, so we're keeping it.
So that Sailor Moon pilot, that was before they decided to bring the animated series to America. He got the rights to the franchise, and they're like, well, Power Rangers is popular. We could possibly do something like that. So they commissioned, I believe, Saban to do like a little pilot for them.
And you just watch.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that pilot gave them the title logo that they use for all the American productions. They clearly went multi-ethnic with the cast, which I mean the original cast is all Japanese, and that might stand out a little on American TV. We saw the flying wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
That happened. Someone thought a flying wheelchair was appropriate. They also, based on the success of the show, at one point in the 90s, there was talks of a movie that Melissa Joan Hart was tied to. I think Gina Davis was going to play Queen Beryl, which that might have been okay for existing on its own.
It can't be worse than Fist of the North Star.
Oh God, the Fist of the North Star movie.
It's on Netflix.
Malcolm
Look it up.
McDowell in it or something?
Yeah, Malcolm McDowell's in it. Look it up on Netflix if you have no idea what I'm talking about.
So talking about really cool live action interpretations.
Let's go back to that.
To kind of cleanse the palate.
目を覚ませ抜刀斎人斬り抜刀斎
そこの男、お前が噂の人斬り抜刀斎か。
拙者は流浪に当てのない旅の剣客でござる。
名前ぐらい教えなさいよ。
日村謙信でござる。
その傷その速さお前が伝説の
伝説の人斬り日村抜刀斎さんよ。
人斬りが切らずしてどうやって人を守る
拙者は過去を捨てた身、もう人は切らぬ。
剣士殺さずの誓い酒場どうだ
So, this movie has been really successful in Japan, and the second one just came out.
And as a side note, if you know me at all, if you follow me on Twitter, I am a major Japanese superhero fan, like Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, all that. The guy who plays Kenshin in this movie was the star of a show called Kamen Rider Den-O, and the main villain of the show was, or the main villain of the movie also played Kamen Rider Skull in another iteration of the franchise. So I'm watching that fight going, it's Kamen Rider versus Kamen Rider, oh my god, these are cool. The movie's actually pretty good, the costumes are dead on, acting's perfect for live action anime.
And Warner Brothers Japan produced this movie, and apparently we have the rights here in the US, but we're not doing anything with it. So, I don't know what's going on.
So, and here's the anime if you guys haven't seen
once legendary killer has taken an oath to protect the innocent and never kill again. But old memories seldom fade, and bad habits die hard.
Die Hard. Die Hard.
Rurouni Kenshin premieres Monday, March 17th at 6:30. Only Toonami.
I feel like that show would have been awesome on Adult Swim.
That's not the same.
It's very bloody.
Oh yeah.
Why haven't they done that?
Because
Sony
has it. It's on Crunchyroll and with the old Media Blasters dub. So if you want to watch it, it is up.
Now,
but that's a different dub. So.
No, the Media Blasters one.
I think the movie had different casts though, or something like that.
Yeah, the OVAs and movies were done by ADV. It's very complicated. Kenshin's complicated.
Now I'm gonna show a clip after this, and it pairs very much into Kenshin, but I'll have to explain that in a second.
Well, they are kind of cute.
If I weren't so excited, I would be confused.
I think somewhere the Toonami crew is like, please forget that ever happened.
So Hamtaro is the perfect example of, as much as the Toonami guys want to put on what they want, sometimes corporate goes, hey, here's a show, air it. Hamtaro is not Toonami, air it. But it really doesn't air it. Okay? And so they aired it for a while, they made fun of it as much as they could with that intro, and then Cartoon Network basically kind of realized, let's put this on like 3:30 before Toonami, you know.
Yeah.
But there's a little story about that and why I aired it after Kenshin. They aired it one day, I don't remember the day, I don't remember the episode, but they were just airing a regular episode of Hamtaro. And when they went to commercial, they put the wrong tape back in. They put an episode of Kenshin in by accident. So at 3:30, Hamtaro's hanging out with his friends doing hamster stuff. And at 3:45, Kenshin's slicing people on a train.
I think I remember that.
It was the best episode of Hamtaro ever. The animation got real good. I don't know what happened with the violence out of nowhere, but
Man,
Ham got angry.
that was back when we used tapes.
yeah,
Does anybody know what a tape is?
Yeah.
They're not the tapes you're thinking of. They're beta tapes. Beta. Ooh. We use beta.
It had to have been
Beta's higher
better
quality.
Beta is higher quality. They use broadcast quality stuff. And then,
Yu Yu Hakusho.
I keep hearing Justice League.
yeah, we better just play it.
I'm just gonna play some Justice League.
As the original Justice League has become a memory.
Oh, who's the artist on this song afterwards?
What's gonna happen to the league now?
We rebuild from the ashes of that great conflict. A new team has arisen. A much, much bigger team.
Each of you brings something different to the table.
Old friends, new heroes. And as you
That's correct. I'm rolling you all up for trivia.
to get beat down.
Calm down, and I'll let you go. How about you kiss my ass?
Watch out. There's nowhere to run. Because this year they're all around you. The league is unlimited.
That's Verbal, the one before was
every superhero word.
This one's
Justice
I
League.
remember the video for that.
July 31st at 8:30 p.m.
Where am I exactly? Among friends.
There's strength in numbers. Only Toonami.
And Unlimited was actually, up until this
You have a
year,
question back there?
was one of the first times Toonami actually got to premiere a DC show. Currently they're airing Batman, Beware the Batman, with first time running in America episodes on Toonami at like 3 a.m.
No, it's at 2:30.
3 a.m. 2:30. So much better than 3 a.m.
Yeah, you kind of have to be a night owl for Toonami now, which is fine.
It works. The 6-hour challenge.
Hey, you have a question?
Yes, question.
What about Yu Yu Hakusho? Yes.
What about
Yu Yu Hakusho?
It's at Funimation. It's not going anywhere.
Second chances are rare.
Watch out, kid!
But for Yusuke Urameshi, fate is intervening.
This is weird. You have all that's required to be detective of this world.
That's a fancy title.
Between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. He is both champion and protector. Yu Yu Hakusho premieres Monday, March 3rd at 6.
No die.
Only Toonami.
Now, Yu Yu Hakusho is in a weird situation because, from what I understand, it was acquired for Toonami, and then they launched Adult Swim Action, which was, hey, what shows do we have on Toonami can we air on Adult Swim, plus pick up 1 or 2 new shows. The same thing happened with Pilot Candidate.
Yeah,
was picked up
Pilot
for
Candidate.
Toonami.
No, basically, with the exception of Bebop, everything was picked up for Toonami that first.
And they wanted Bebop for Toonami, just they couldn't edit it.
Yeah,
to that
that's
level.
partially why Adult Swim was created. It was like, all right, well, we don't want to edit the show this much.
Yeah, because Cowboy Bebop's just god level.
Do you have Pilot Candidate?
No, because that was just pure Adult
That's
Swim.
pure Adult Swim, and also pure something else.
How about Big O?
Pure, yeah.
Big O.
Oh, okay, so Big O. We can't talk about Toonami. We're talking about Big O. And it's a very short clip, but it really sums up the show.
One part man, one part dog, one part giant city-smashing robot. Big O. Today at 5:30. The guys still wear black. Only Toonami.
The other thing we got to talk about Big O is that it is the other show that, well, technically Toonami didn't produce it.
Adult Swim.
Adult Swim, which is William Street, did produce the second season of that show.
Because it was so well received and they just liked it so much, and Japan had expressed an interest in making more of it, they co-funded the second season. So they actually don't have the rights to the first season anymore, but they have like eternal rights to the second because they paid.
Because they made it, yeah.
How about that ending?
The ending, if you talk to the Toonami people, that's what the creator wanted. It's not any sort of cliffhanger. It's not what he didn't want. It's that's how he wanted to end the show.
Truman Show?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
We're all
We
tomatoes.
have a question over there. What's up?
Well, this was back when you had the Transformers up there. I was gonna ask what's going on with that? Are they gonna make a new one of that? Or?
What's going on with Transformers?
That's at the hub.
Yeah. The hub is Hasbro has its own channel, and Hasbro completely outright owns Transformers, so
yeah, I don't.
It would be
ever see it
really
on Cartoon
surprising
Network.
to see it on Cartoon Network again.
Cyborg 009.
Oh, my favorite Cyborg 009 is not in here.
Cyborg 009 will not be seen.
Oh, did I lie? I mentioned my love of Japanese superheroes earlier. This was created by the same guy who created basically Power Rangers.
You've got the chance to express you.
Japanese thing? That's why there's random English in that. Someone should just go over and put the lights on and off.
And they actually, just in Japan in the past 2 years, they did a big budget animated movie of this.
Yeah. Do you know who directed it?
No, I do not.
The director of Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, Kenji Kamiyama. he directed the new Cyborg 009. Check it out.
I heard it wasn't actually that great.
I heard it was awesome.
Well, we're split. So, Cyborg 009 was a great little series that Sony only released like 9 episodes on DVD, so...
You keep going, I'll be right back.
Okay.
So I see you have Dragon Ball Evolution.
Jose's got to take care of business.
I got to take care of business.
Does anyone not know Dragon Ball Z?
Doesn't mean you didn't watch it yet.
I'm hearing some Boba Bo.
One man stands up. In an action show unlike any you've ever seen. But no one understands him. His woman. Actually, I don't think anyone understands him. Premiere Saturday, October 1st at 10:30. Toonami.
We just had a stranger just kind of walk up on our stage. Who are you?
Yeah, we have someone very, very special here. Please enjoy.
Does anyone know who this is?
Does anybody know just by looking?
Sarah.
Okay, someone noticed. That guy knows.
Hi guys, my name is Dana Swanson and I play Sarah on Toonami. Do any of you know what Toonami is? Alright, for a round of applause. Do you know what Toonami is? This is so awesome that you guys are all here crowded into the Dunwoody room and just appreciating like all the promos. This is awesome. I've actually not gotten a chance to see one of the true fan panels and this is like, it's pretty killer. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
We got the Dana stamp of approval.
Yeah.
So you're gonna come back next year, right?
Yeah.
Are we doing this next year?
I'm sure Jess, who runs the panel, runs the animation track, she basically tells me, "You're doing a Toonami panel." Okay.
Yep.
We have a question. What's
well,
up?
more of a comment of the only.
A comment on how awesome Dana is, right?
Yes, of course.
No, you probably get it too much.
One of the voice actors in Bobo came to DragonCon with a never-before-seen, and he's probably still got it like locked under his.
Richard Upgard?
Yeah, he's got his like.
He's got his outtakes. Yeah.
He has his outtake panel he runs.
He says some not very nice things.
I love that so much. That
He
was
said
my favorite.
something very not nice that I can't repeat.
Hey, since we have a special guest, I have a special clip that I don't know if you guys have all seen this. Do you guys remember The Intruder?
Yeah.
You guys know he's coming back.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? I don't know that.
I didn't hear it. Coming back.
What? That's impossible. Sarah, prep the ship for hyperspace.
Prep it.
Tom, are you reading me?
Sarah, initiate sequence 49.
I want that song.
Wasn't that on like they had on like Toonami?
Yeah, the comic strips?
No, online they had like a website.
Yeah, they had when the original Intruder aired, they had a game you could play. It was a total immersion event. You were totally immersed.
And you know, maybe that'll happen again. We don't know. She can't answer.
I don't know anything.
They're also.
But I know I want to be immersed. That's all
Totally
I know.
immersed?
I want to be 100% totally and completely immersed. And if I'm not, there will be hell to pay.
You're biased. You're actually in it.
I know, but I want to be immersed. I want to feel it.
I think that's a good segue to talking about the future of Toonami.
Yeah, let's do it.
And the current.
Can you stay here for this part, or
I
we
don't
should
know.
scram?
I probably should go.
Well, you know, they had this show premiere.
Digging tunnels.
This village is all we have.
We're sick of being cooped up in this little town. It's the young who are gonna break out. Youth of this town, aim for the surface! Kamina, there's something you've got to see. I think it's running. Can we drive it? Adios, Jihan Village. We're going up to the surface.
You think that's kind of wonderland up here.
Let's go!
But it isn't.
When facing impossible odds,
There are more of these things?
The place is crawling with them.
in an unknown world,
Stop!
there's only one thing to do.
Are you guys ready?
Fight.
I can't do this! Take logic out and do the impossible! That's the way Team Gurren rolls! Combining of courage that sets a man's soul on fire! Gurren Lagann!
Gurren Lagann premieres next Saturday night at 2. Dig deep. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Mind blowing. If you've never seen the show, you're in for a ride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have a quick plug because I think you have to take it real quick. So I mentioned earlier the whole zombie screening. Johnny Ray is going to be there, and we have the thing here.
Yep, it is called Festival Screening: Zombies Are Coming at the the Learning Center tonight at 10. And he and actually a lot of people who work at William Street. So Jason DeMarco did the music supervision. Brent Busby did the sound design for it. And Eddie Ray, who is an amazing human being, and Johnny Ray, who you know from Toonami, co-wrote this super awesome live-action zombie short film that you should see. It won some awards at the Atlanta Film Festival, and I think you guys may enjoy the sensibilities of it. And then yeah, I'm also doing something at 8:30. I don't know. You guys want to see it? I want to see it. But it's the Gonzo Quiz Show 6: Quizopolis at Hyatt Regency 6 and 7. Announcements. Thank you.
Please give a round of applause to Dana Swanson. Say hi to Jason for me.
I will.
All right. Where are we?
See, I was back to the boring part.
Yeah, aren't you glad you came?
Future Toonami.
Future
Toonami. So,
Dana, what's coming up next on Toonami? Yeah, what's the next show?
about vampires and stuff.
I don't want to announce anything.
It's not an announcement.
It's announced.
A la carte.
It's Hellsing Ultimate. They announced it. Don't worry.
Yeah, Hellsing Ultimate is a 10-episode?
10-episode OVA that is
hour
long. So this is the first time we've ever seen something like this on the current iteration of Toonami.
We're losing Naruto and...
We're losing Naruto and Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon.
So,
which Black Lagoon's wrapping up in Naruto.
We have a question real quick.
Yeah, man.
I remember a while back in Toonami, they had like one show about puppets. It was called
Woolen Warriors!
One day they canceled.
No, 2 days.
Two. They aired 2 episodes.
Don't sell it short, man. It's an amazing show. You know, 2 episodes and then canceled.
Woolen Warriors was a lot more serious in Taiwanese, I think.
Yeah, it's a Taiwanese puppet show that clearly did not belong on Toonami, but they put it on anyway.
And the dub was a parody.
Trained from an early age, these swordsmen are Woolen's greatest warriors.
This really happened.
They must defeat their own to save the Woolen Warriors, Saturday, February 4th at 8 p.m. Only Toonami.
Saturday, February 4th and February 11th, and never again.
We're going back into like all the stuff that Toonami doesn't really wish you remembered, but we do.
You can tell from the promo how fast they went, that they really wanted to get through it as quickly as they could.
They probably just didn't have time. They're busy over there. No, seriously, that's not even a joke. They're just busy.
And now they don't.
We have to edit promos now in like I don't know, like a day. Feels like.
And now one of the things is with Toonami, they're not paid for Toonami. They're paid for their Adult Swim work. Toonami is purely after hours.
What?
Who wants to stay late an hour? And
They do it for free.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they're all salaried.
They all get paid, so nobody's going hungry, thank God. But you know,
they're putting in the extra. If they had a 40-hour work week for Adult Swim, they'd have a 48-hour work week with Toonami.
Yeah. So they put in their extra
It is a
time.
labor, definitely, of love. But when you get to show amazing shows like this,
Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, Castle in the Sky, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
There's no turning back
This
now.
also happened.
Toonami is proud to present 4 of the greatest animated movies ever made. A month of Miyazaki, starting March 18th at 7:30. Don't sleep on it. This is
the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me. Only Toonami on Cartoon Network.
Real quick story about that, because we only have 10 minutes. Real quick story. The reason that got on Cartoon Network, because it wasn't licensed to Cartoon Network, it's licensed to Turner Classic Movies, I believe. And they were doing a whole month of Miyazaki too, and since Turner is owned, you know, they're both owned, Turner owns both Turner Classic Movies and Cartoon Network, Jason fought pretty hard to get them on Toonami. Uncut, no edits.
Nice.
They're not allowed to do that. It's in Miyazaki's contracts.
Nice. Yeah, actually, because Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind, was basically butchered.
Yeah, he really didn't like what they did with Warriors of the Wind. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like, you know what? No, one American company edits one of my movies, never again.
No, yeah. Actually, funny story about that. Miyazaki, when Miyazaki was bringing Spirited Away over to Miramax, and Miramax was like, hey, can we cut the film real quick, like make it a little more palatable to American audiences? He sent them a real Japanese authentic katana with a simple message: no cuts.
I think Sailor Moon in the question has it back. Do we have anything from Ronin Warriors?
You and Paul.
We do have a little bit of Ronin Warriors here for you.
You and Paul and Darrell, I love that
What
show.
happened to this?
He is a legend.
It aired.
It went away.
Crush the dynasty's master.
Ronin warriors, I hope you can still save us.
I'm a real warrior. I will get rid of you once and for all.
Are you cool, Bara? I just look over like, let's go with Bara. Or Yu Hakusho. 5 minutes? Nice.
How much?
Like 7.
5-ish? Okay, so we should probably give away the prize.
Yeah, we have a prize here.
Prize.
It's the
Courtesy
previous
of Funimation.
Yeah, if you go on Twitter, thank Lance High School.
This is the previous Hellsing series, not the one that's going to air. Think of it as an advertisement for the current Hellsing series that's going to air.
Would you want to ask a question?
Yeah, and this is a difficult question. So I will see who gets it the closest.
You just met one.
You just met one. Name all the voice actors, not including Tom Ford. Name all the voice actors that have worked on Toonami as Tom and Sarah and Moltar.
Does anyone have a really good guess?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Steve Bloom.
Steve Bloom is one.
Okay.
Okay, but
we need someone who knows.
Need someone who knows at least more than. I'll take more than 3. Yeah.
Dana Swanson.
Dana Swanson.
Steve Bloom.
Steve Bloom.
And Sunny Strait.
You got one more? More than 3.
And
The voice of Moltar, maybe?
Voice of Moltar?
Totally forgot his last name.
Voice of other Sarah?
Other Sarah.
I know. I told you it was a hard question. I gave away. There's 3 answers right there, unfortunately.
Does anyone know?
Does anybody know the other 2?
The voice of Moltar or the voice of Sarah 1?
Was Moltar Tom Kenny?
No.
How about?
People are going to be Wikipediaing it.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So at this point, I might as well just give it to you because you got the closest.
You got the closest.
These are not to give away.
We have an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. poster.
We have an Agents
really
of
wants an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. poster.
We'll give it away if anybody can Wikipedia real quick. The other 2 voice actors, or do you guys just want to know who they are?
C. Martin Croker
was Moltar, and Cowboy Sally Timms was Sarah 1. And there was another Sarah, and I have tried to figure. They won't say the name. I have tried to beat it out of people, and nobody will tell me.
What, are they not allowed to say?
They just don't want to share.
They just don't want to share the information. Well, I guess
you guys fill out the cards for suggestions and thanks and all that lovely stuff.
Yeah, and we'll take last minute questions as well, and then I gotta run. Hi.
Yeah, I gotta go.
So does Cartoon Network Japan have any influence on
No.
Cartoon Network over here? Be like, I want you guys to.
They're different.
They're different. They're pretty much run very differently. Cartoon Network Japan's cool. I have no problem with them. 5 minutes for questions, guys.
Awesome.
Remember, I actually work for Turner, so. Hi.
So when Toonami when there was like a whole dip and there was no Toonami, it was kind of an underground thing. And
Right.
what actually kept my interest alive is there's something called Toonami Aftermath. What is Cartoon Network's opinion?
I can't speak for Cartoon Network. I can only speak for myself, and unfortunately, I would go on a huge tirade about why that's. You